Yeah, that's what it's down to. Winning the knife round is CLG, and then mouzesports, they get started on the terrorist side instead. Not sure that makes a big difference. I am curious to see if mouzesports have put work into the pistol round strat here, because they seem to have done such a lot of homework on every other map to try and get some good pistol rounds off. Tabson, smoke, another smoke coming up here from Chris. Yeah, 2 smokes. Not the biggest tell going on to this map, but it could definitely be a B-type push coming out.
Absolutely, and you know, only time will tell here, as it does look like they are going to have a little aggression here at long A, as Legia finding a little bit of damage early on there, and a little exchange with Cutler, but as of right now, nothing really doing. They are getting really aggressive here at long A, and they're going to peek out, and again, Legia getting chipped down. He's at 71 to start this round off, so that early aggression from CLG, they don't want to give an inch to start this off, but it's going to be a mid-split here from the terrorist side.
Well, look at this PTR coming through the middle. Going to get the 1 kill in. Takes a while to take up Tabson as well. And then has the Glock, still 14 bullets in it. Got to charge right, and he hits the headshot on Nico, and it's down to Gobby now. He's inside the bomb site. No bomb plant in a 1v3. A very tough position here for the mouzesports player. And in fact, picking up the bomb. I think he's wanting to just kill one more person before he even attempts to plant. And what else could he do almost? Going to fake it once. They're getting close, and they see him. Hazed will take him out. And CLG going to pick up that pistol.
And that's the start that they absolutely want. And again, it's one of those things, we've seen CLG a couple of times so far in this tournament, and we talk about Peter all the time, the impact that he has as their AWP, as their scoped rifle user. You can see him picking up the scout already, and we haven't really said his name all that much throughout the tournament. To have him start off with the 3-0 in the pistol round, build that early confidence, already with the scout and the head armor in hand, and just that's exactly what we want. He's going to be watching out through mid just to see if there's anything fast coming, but it is going to be a push towards long, and they've got FNS playing from car with that MP7, so here comes the push, and this should be a mowdown.
Looking really good already with the headshots there. Cutler helping out for a moment, and once again, Gobby is going to be alone. So a point to be made about that pistol round that we just saw is that mouzesports actually, I mean, the B-split pushes might be the most common strat on this whole map from a terrorist point of view, but they did make an actual adjustment to it, which is kind of cool. Normally, when people do split B, they have one person who throws a smoke that sort of bounces off the wall and then lands in CT spawn. The problem with that smoke is it's also a huge tell. Anyone playing the CT side, they will hear it, they'll see it coming, and they'll call it out immediately. And mouzesports actually ran into the middle and then threw the smoke straight in, which meant there was very, very little warning that that B-split was coming. Really good idea, but Peter just rushing through the smoke and killing them. Actually, a really good adjustment from CLG.
Yeah, he read that very, very well, and you know, again, that's one of those things where it's just he was very prepared for that. And, you know, maybe that's a little bit of the preparation that they have for Mouse here, and he's aggressive down in lower B. He's going to tag one up. That's Legia, who goes down to the hands of Tarek with the clock in hand. Cutler does have that Tech 9, and Peter's going to find a headshot. And Chris J, Statue of Liberty play here in the terrorist spawn. Comes back to life here. He might be able to find one onto Cutler, who is low, but Tarek not going to be able to find that. Double scout setup, fascinatingly enough, and they're going for the jump scouts in mid. And Peter trying to find this final frag. How is Chris J still alive? Finally, Tarek takes him down, and we should be coming into our first gun round. Yeah,
Corey, before people played matchmaking in 1.6, when people just point in public servers and you have like your dedicated
my language now.
Exactly, dedicated public server. We used to have this. When we got really bored in the middle of the night, we'd go AFK and spawn and wait for someone to come and knife us, and then we'd just, you know, pull out a pistol and headshot that guy. So you sit at your computer and wait for someone to get with the knife frag. That's a good troll. But in matchmaking, it doesn't work because people are so hungry to get kills. So can't do it anymore.
So is that what you're saying? Chris J was doing that last round. He just wanted somebody to get knife hungry, and then he was gonna just instantly ace them with the Glock.
That would be the next level.
Just the new meta.
Bait them. Finesse actually going to be pushing through. Wow. Tabson going for the wallbang. How is he alive? Tabson should be dead. Still a very decent amount of damage done. And you can see Peter just trying to buy time here. And he's actually out of grenades entirely. CLG a little bit low already. He gets to survive against Chris, who actually had the scout in hand there. But a little bit scary either way. Cutler in the middle. He's already gone down. Nicolino got to fall next. And that's obviously a problem here for mouzesports, as they've already taken a lot of damage, but Cutler will fall. Hazed is going to take out Legia. It's all up to Finesse up here.
And that was a really ballsy play. They dropped that flashbang through the smoke and actually opted to go into CT spawn, and they took the fight right there. I mean, I believe that was actually Peter or Cutler that was sitting down in CT spawn. I think it was Cutler who got completely flashed off, and had absolutely no play there. They completely overwhelmed him, and that was a great job that they had getting into that bomb site and getting that bomb planted here in the A bomb site. So a good read by mouzesports, and instead of going for that smoke B split, they decided to smoke off CT spawn and push it, and just yielded them with a brilliant result there. Now trying to hold on to this AWP is going to be Tarek, as well as Hazed over there inside of the B bomb site.
And it's a super unusual strategy, but it works in a couple of ways, because normally if you go for the smoke here, again, like we said, it's such a big signal. It actually plays into what we were just talking about. Generally speaking, when that smoke goes off, the signal is it's going to be a split towards B. So when you have people on short ready, they can hear if anyone who's playing catwalk is going to be jumping down through CT spawn. Once they do that, their position is compromised quite heavily, because you're going to be pushing short and you're also going to be pushing CT spawn all at the same time. So quite a nice strategy coming out from mouzesports. And again, it's what we've come to expect kind of from GOP so far. Did they just double grenade middle?
I believe so. They actually just wasted 2 nades in mid right there just to get across. But we've actually saw it when they played against Luminosity before about dropping those nades in mid. And FOM actually got a couple of picks through those nades. So maybe they decided to double up here because Chris J, a world-class offer. But look at that smoke that they actually threw out mid. I don't know if you want to go back to that area. They threw it, and it actually landed on the left-hand side of middle. So maybe trying to play a little bit cheeky and not let them peek down from maybe the window room or anything to try to work somebody out to get that CT spawn pick. Something a little bit different. But look at the aggression at long A.
Well, it's allowed them to get all the way up in the bomb site here, which means effectively CLG is going to be playing retake scenario. They do have 5 members alive, but they do need to get rid of tabseN somehow. If tabseN is alive here, this retake is going to be more than just a little bit tricky. Legia playing up on catwalk as well, going to be running, or actually right at the edge of the smoke, got 8 health left. And that bomb is taking away. Now you can tell tabseN is coming up from behind, which is going to be very, very important. GOP alone at the bomb site. He goes down. tabseN now 1v2. Going to catch Cutler right at the edge, and Tarek, he's got the smoke for it here. He's going to hold it down. The Molotov raining in. It's only 19 health. Oh no, Tarek not going to get it. mouzesports steal it away with a Molotov. tabseN, the timing could not possibly be better.
What a play. And the fact that he held on to that all the way to the very end is just a testament to his skill and his play right there. So great job. And I mean, oh man, poor Tarek. If he had 10 more health.
Oh, if he had put up the smoke, that would have canceled the Molotov as well. He had one smoke.
Did he really?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
He couldn't have known that. He couldn't have known that there was going to be a Molotov coming in, so I'm not trying to blame that on Tarek, but that was awful. What an awful way to lose a round. But
it pains you.
Hilarious, because I mean, it was so obvious as well. The mouzesports were hinging a lot of the round on tabseN playing down here from the beginning, and it works on every different level. He did go long, but if they had ended up going short, he could have rushed up behind them as well. Both could be really effective. Legia going to open up, and it's Nico taking on Hazed as well. In CT spawn, we've got Cutler and Finesse just hanging out for a while.
Finesse, though, is going to be able to catch out Legia in mid. He's going against Chris J. He's actually got I believe he's got a Tech 9 out right now trying to make something happen because he's only resigned to a scout, and Gabi takes a tremendous amount of damage in mid as well. But Chris J and Gabi going to be able to win their respective fights here, and Cutler's all by his lonesome in middle, trying to spam away, but he's going to get flanked out. Nico takes him down, so all tied up at 3, 6 rounds in the bag, and mouzesports bringing it right back since that first gun round. So they do look relatively prepared on Dust2.
Yeah, they do. I definitely need to do that. Trying to play just a little bit off the current metagame. Just trying to see if they can use smokes that look like one thing but actually turn out a little bit differently. It's kind of cool. And GOP is just, I don't know. I'd like to know how much time he puts in on a regular basis just to come up with all this stuff. CLG though, they are a team, I think, usually that play pretty aggressively, actually. So I'd like to see them try this. It's difficult on Dust2 sometimes to go aggressive, because really, mostly, it's either going to be upper dark or middle. And mouzesports have been pretty good at holding middle just yet, so maybe upper dark is a better choice for them. I'd like to see CLG just take a little bit of control back in this game.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but at the beginning of the round, they did the same thing that they did in the pistol round, where they walked right out through mid, and took a peek into the CT spawn, but Peter was actually there and saw him. He almost caught one of them out with a nade. I believe that was actually Gabi that was around the corner with that nade out. He almost managed to take him down, but unfortunately the exchange of damage there wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, because they both got away completely unscathed. But Nico's going to start this round out. He's only got 16 health, but look at this B tunnels push. Tarek and Hayes both coming around the corner, but Nico's going to find one. He doesn't realize there's another one behind him. Hayes going to find Legio on catwalk, and he also gets Nico as well. So the 2-for-1 in the lower B tunnels. He survives with 6 HP. What a job there by CLG, switching up the pace again, going full aggressive on the B halls, and that's exactly what they wanted to do there.
Yeah, that's really what I've sort of come to expect from the CLG style, and it seems to work pretty well. Peter saved the pistol round by running through the smoke this time. He's only going to get the 1 kill so far, but it still might be enough here, as Goppy is going to be in a 1v3, and this time he goes straight for the bomb plant, and he's going to have a really hard time clutching this round. Playing at the edge by the door, spots out Peter, but they're going to double up on him, and he's very low on health now. Just hiding in the corner, and he can't make it out. Peter going to come up with a double kill, and that is CLG taking the round lead.
And you can hear how excited the people are, because this is America's last hope.
It is crazy, isn't it? I mean, but CLG were, I think, a pretty well-respected team going into this tournament.
Yes.
But I think, if anything, people were obviously expecting that probably Cloud9 would be the last NA team left if it was come to that.
Most people would have assumed that, but you know, it's one of those things too. I mean, CLG, I feel like obviously they kind of had the hardest go at the very beginning, having to face off against Fnatic at the very beginning of the tournament.
No one likes that.
That's a little bit tough, but Chris J here in mid doesn't find the damage that he was looking for. And Peter, they haven't gotten the AWP in the hands of the CT side yet, so this is risky, but he's going to take this fight. Gabi going to win that battle down on Xbox in middle, so a good start here for the terrorists inside of mouzesports. But Tarek and Hayes answer back with a pair of their own, but pushing through the smoke and B tunnels. Legia trying to make something happen, and he is 1 and 2. Answers back. Tarek and Hayes both down and out. FNS is going to be your last man standing. Cutler gets opt down by Chris J. Where is FNS coming from? All the way from CT spawn. Legia doing the jump peek over there at the B bomb site. I don't think FNS actually spotted him out, so working his way down through mid. Looking for that mid flank, but he's not going to find anybody home there. The number 7 man, Chris J, is going to be in the B halls. Pops the Molotov into the window, so surely FNS going to fall back and save. So this is all going to be tied up again at 4 rounds all.
Yeah, a bit too much back and forth, I think, for CLG's comfort. I mean, it's not like anyone has a lot of money right now, but playing CT side, if you keep trading round for round, it's always going to end up worse for the counter-terrorists. They are also supposed to get the majority of the rounds currently on Dust2. There was a time when Dust2 was quite, I mean, maybe not heavily T-favored, it was definitely T-sided. That's obviously changed so much in the last year or so. I think right now you can get away with playing Dust2 and just get around 6 rounds on the T-side, and you'll still be pretty competitive.
Yeah.
So mouzesports are a good ways there already.
Yeah, and with only 8 rounds behind us, they've put themselves into a really good position to pick up 7 or 8, maybe even 9 rounds on the terrorist side. And if they do that, Counter Logic Gaming is going to be in trouble. And looking at our list here, actually, this is fascinating. mouzesports were the ones that chose Dust2. I figured that was a CLG choice, but it was actually mouzesports, and then CLG chose Mirage. And that's to bring up a point that was kind of brought up earlier by Moses, was you never want to play the Euros on Mirage.
Well, I mean, they are pretty good at it. mouzesports especially have some really good results in the past. And look at this push up middle, aggressive from CLG. I like their style. Again, they are really a quite aggressive team, but this time they get caught, and Finesse with the AK going to take out Tabson. So far, that's all they've got. And CLG, even after this round, they're going to be really broke. They might have enough to just put a buy together here, but it's going to be close. Yeah, look at it.
Yeah, very limited if they do, and that's, you know, you said it's kind of the North American way to go for those force buys, but I think they should probably play it safe and go for the eco round here, but they're going to go ahead and buy up anyway. So mouzesports, if they win this, they're going to be looking at maybe a potential 7-4 scoreline, and like you said, 6 rounds, you're pretty comfortable. 7, that's a good half on the terror side of Dust2.
Yeah, smoking off the middle, so not going to go for the grenade variation this time. It does seem to me like wasting 2 grenades is a bit much. I mean, maybe 1 could be decent, but...
Well, they placed their nade a little bit better at the beginning of this round as Tabson's down to 56 down in the cave at long A. So not a bad start here for CLG getting that early damage out, but can they capitalize on it here? And look at this, Tarek setting up to push this smoke and B tunnels. Yeah,
once again, I mean, it worked once for them, but this time, actually, you can see mouzesports is already adjusted. They've got Legia holding the back line, so he's going to know that they're already coming. Not going to catch anyone by surprise this time. Nico smoking off CT spawn, and both the CLG members in B are actually rotating back in towards the middle. So Nico's got to either get a kill quick here or fall back, because otherwise he's going to get overwhelmed. And there it is. Great pop flash in from his teammate, and Finesse will end up picking up the kill. Peter playing in a very tricky angle right next to the smoke here.
Yeah, and he's got to be very careful since Chris J and believe that's Gabi. Yeah, both of those guys were already at the bottom of the cat stairs waiting for that to fade, and it started to fade while he was still in the middle of cat, so he could have gotten caught out there, and he's lucky that he didn't. But nevertheless, they are going to change things up here a little bit on the mouzesports side. They're going to go for that mid-B smoke, but it looks like they're going to just do that as a fake and try to push their way up catwalk, and this is really all going to be on FNS over here playing behind the barrel on the A bomb site. And there you go. He's going to find one. That's a beautiful headshot. He dodges the op shot. FNS coming up huge for him. There it is. He picks up the quad on the round, and a lightning fast triple as they push up cat. Gets the op for his troubles. What a round from FNS.
Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it? Really well controlled. I mean, at best you just get 1 or 2 kills. The fact is, if you're playing this position and you just get the 1 kill and stay alive, that's pretty much all right.
Yeah.
So the mouzesports strat as well obviously comes down to the, again, very heavy on trying to sell any kind of fake with this particular smoke. They also have one guy pushing in here, and he actually got caught. So both the fake sort of the tools in that fake kind of didn't work out too well for them.
Right you are, but look at this. Chris J already up catwalk, finds one. Peter, he's in trouble. He's got an op, and he was stuck at elevator, and one pushing out through mid, I believe that was, actually catches him out. Or was that from, where did he die from? I'm trying to figure out where he actually died from.
I think they came out long and short at the same time, so
could be.
Maybe they just managed to
wow.
catch him out at the end there. Peter going to have to run away and try and save this AWP, and again, all this going back and forth, it's not working out well for CLG. Their money is so bad at the moment. Legia will be going down. Peter really wants to go for the fight instead of getting boxed in here. Gonna miss that shot. There are 4 people coming for him, and he picks up Chris. They're right behind him. 2 people pushing up. I don't think Peter's gonna make it out of here alive.
I don't know. This positioning that he puts himself in. Oh my God, Peter! He's got one more in the sight to beat. That's Tapson. Takes him down. Peter! Gonna get the ace. Gabi rushing in. No! He does fall in the long run. What an effort from Peter to stay alive, though. Wow. That was nuts.
He made that very expensive. That was very cool. And played it so well. mouzesports, I don't know how they weren't able. They should have been able to group up and take him out before then, but
well, he juked Gabi beautifully. I mean, he threw that nade and crept along the wall so he could get up to window to get back into the B site. What an effort.
Yeah, and a really good call that round from Gabi as well, doing it very fast, short, and long. So they've been playing so many slow rounds on the T side already. Now they try and change the pace and actually catch CLG out, which is a very cool idea. This time they're playing pistols and a couple of armors, and not really going to be too much to show for it here. Chris going to fall back already, and they're going to leave Legia in the back of pit, which is a very cool idea. I always prefer this strat if you have an AWP down here, because if you show yourself on long and leave one guy in pit and then fall back, at some point, it's very likely the CT team is going to be tempted to compete for you and see if you're still going to be there. And if you have an AWP, it's just easier to get a frag out of it. But it's still a good strategy no matter what here. Nico and Tabson open up, and it's Cutler playing on the slope. Going to get overwhelmed as well. No chance at all. Peter going to go down, and it's all on Finesse.
Yeah, and the terrorist side not giving any risks on this anti-eco round. They're hunting in a pack here. His flashbang might do some work on Catwalk. Yeah, catches out Nico. He turned from it, but he wasn't able to reposition his crosshair fast enough to take him down with that limited amount of health that he had. But, you know, that's kind of the thing, that anti-eco. They kind of saw it out. They got that early pick on Cat, saw that they were on the eco, and they decided to group up and had Legia, again, he's kind of their lurker on the mouse side. Seen him on Inferno. He likes to go up into the apartments on the A side of the map and lurk around in there and try to get those rotate frags. And he does it here on Dust2 as well. Ooh, Hayes getting walled at the beginning of the round. But they hunted in a pack. They didn't allow any guns to get dropped or taken away from them. So good job from Mouse on the anti-eco, and that's 7 rounds now for him.
Yeah, definitely very strong performance early on here from the European side of things. And now they're back to playing a slow style again. See what they're going to come up with. They're more slow right now than most terrorist teams would be. Taking them a long time to regroup because they're just doing the standard spread, which involves having one guy that's tabs and currently holding over here, and then put a couple of people through upper, and then you all meet up in the middle at one point or other. That's just the most common thing you could possibly do playing T side. but they're even slower about it than most teams would be. So maybe they have realized as well that CLG like to play fairly aggressively, and they don't want to get picked off either. Tarek, though, will open up, and that was Nico trying to get the opening in the middle. Not going to come out on top. Flashbang in is good, but finesse. Oh, he still gets headshot, and Cutler's in a lot of trouble. Going to get sent flying over the railing there. It's down to a 3v3. Peter holding the AWP. Going to pick up the one on Chris, and not going to get the fragger. The second frag there as Legia will take him out. Tarek and Hayes going to try and retake this.
And with Tabson and Legia playing here, they've got the bomb planted for the catwalk. They have one down here in CT spawn, and if Tarek can make this happen, he's coming right around the corner. He gets the dink and the frag onto Legia, so now it's a 2 versus 1. And Hayes going all the way around from long A. That bomb is planted for catwalk, but look at this. Tarek picks up the AWP. We know that he's capable with that rifle. He's going to miss the shot, though, and unfortunately, Hayes too far away to make the trade. Tabson's going to have to go for this peek again. There's a pistol fake. Oh, Tabson playing this brilliantly.
Yeah, really well done. And highlights and showcases one of the big problems with retaking, especially when the plant is so short, if you don't have any grenades. CLG were completely out. Now, it's still tricky even if they can put up a smoke. If they have smokes or molotovs they can sort of bomb this corner with, at least there is a bit of a chance, but none of that going into it. And that comes back to the economy. It keeps hurting them that they don't have the money to actually make this work. 14th round in, and CLG are going to be ecoing once more.
And again, that early damage onto Peter crossing mid from Chris J's AWP. You know, a lot of people called him Online J, but he has showed up in a big way here at this LAN tournament. He has done some big things so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing him continue this as we move forward into this first half. And he's been doing sensational. I mean, he's not the top fragger for his team. He's 8-8 right now, but the damage that he's dealing with that AWP just to start the rounds off, he's hit that shot, I think, 2 rounds in a row. He got Hayes last round, Peter this round. And that bodes well for mouzesports. And there you go. Nico's going to open things up onto Tarek.
Oh, a lot of damage exchanged, but Peter also down to just 1 health here. No armor, so got to be careful that there's not a grenade going through. But coming up from upper dark, actually, Finesse going to be able to pick up that kill. And it's in a 3v4, though, still. So hard for CLG to really come back and do much in this round.
Yeah, that bomb being planted at A, and you can just see the stalwart defense that they have set up. 2 over on catwalk and 2 in the A bomb site, just watching for that long A flank. And it's just going to be a setup for exit kills here. Cutler does have a 5-7 in hand and 100 HP to work with, so if he can get himself up maybe onto Xbox in mid and just use his ears to try to hear for some sounds, he's going to hear a lot of them as the 4 members are all exiting on catwalk, and this is a terrifying position for Cutler. But he does have a teammate up at the top side of middle. That's FNS. Look at this. They don't even go for the press.
Now, you can actually be surprisingly close to the bomb plant up on the A bomb side. You can actually survive if you're standing just at this wall here, and even though the bomb is really close by. So the blast radius is not as big as people seem to think. And mouzesports realize that, not trying to get too close to the middle, and they survive. Well, most of them do anyway. Last round and a half coming up here, and Chris with the AWP, and there's none on CLG. I mean, when we talk about Dust2, we really often do think about the double-up setup, and CLG's economy has been so bad this whole first half, they haven't really been able to support it that much. Hayes in the background, gotta be careful. Chris will pick up the opening kill, and Tarek getting entirely caught. This is not a cool way to start the last round of the half here.
Not at all, and Chris J pushing out. Wow. Getting 3 kills this round. We were just talking about him last round, and there you go. Back to back to back, all frags, and a great job from him. FNS and mid's going to be able to find 1, but that's really all that he should be able to get out of this, that Molotov, and he's just going to burn himself alive.
All right. Well, that is actually kind of fair enough. Well, there's nothing you could do. The bomb was already down and ticking, and 3 people were coming for him. What a sacrifice. 10-5. I think that's pretty far off the mark for CLG.
I believe so as well. I mean, obviously, like you said, a 9-6 CT side half is not something too out of the ordinary, but for Mouse to get 10 rounds on their terrorist side, that is just a huge statement that they have coming into this. Now, again, like we said, this is the map that they chose. This was their pick in this VO3, so obviously they had something in order, something in store for him with those strats, and you could see it working very, very handily for him. Nico playing that role, going out middle, throwing that smoke over towards the B side and peeking down into CT to try to catch somebody lurking. wasn't as effective, and he wasn't able to get a lot of kills, but he was able to gather a lot of information as well. Hey, there's nobody playing on elevator. There's nobody playing on the CT ramp, so you guys are pretty clear to go up catwalk. You've only got a couple of angles to watch, Goose and on the A ramp, or maybe over by car side. But since they had them so crippled economically on the CLG side, they never really had to worry about Peter with an AWP.
And now look at mouzesports. They're pushing short while CLG is pushing long at the moment. And there is the one smoke here on Finesse that's going to be used for the crossover. So very, very nicely timed here. And that means when they get back in, they're at least going to be able to make the cross up. Now, can they put the... Oh, Legia! That's a great headshot to take down Peter, and a nice start for mouzesports. If they win this pistol, this map is almost secured for them. It's very, very important for the North American team that they come through and win this pistol. And they got the bomb down, so it's a big opening. Legia is very low on health, and he's got the kit, so if he dies up on short and they don't get the kit with them, it could be a big problem for mouzesports.
Yeah, but there's the flash up off Cat, and that catches Tarek here, but Tarek's able to get one, gets a second one. Cutler chimes in. Legia, oh my goodness, the frag's coming faster than I can say it, and that's not something that I say very often, but CLG going to be able to take that pistol round, and like you said, it was a must-win round for them, and CLG is going to give themselves that boost that they need to get that cushion to stay back in this matchup.
A big play from Tarek, really. That was the perfect timing as they were coming out to try and make the push through the smoke like that. Now, they are playing against Chris and the Scout, and so, I mean, people seem to have forgot by now, but Chris J really was one of the people that popularized playing with the Scout at all, and especially with the jumping Scout. Did that so much in the beginning. In fact, I think before he even became really well known as a super AWPer, he was well known as the guy playing with the Scout all the time. So it's a little bit dangerous. And then they've got another
Scout
357s, yes, Scout J, and a Deagle on Tabson. So pretty good arsenal of weapons in mouzesports here.
Oh, nice shot from Cutler down long A, though. Just holding for that cheeky peek down at long A, and he's able to find Nico with it. So good job from him. They're playing this very, very passively on this eco round. They have worked up towards catwalk on the terrorist side, but they haven't committed one way or another. There are two CTs that remain in the A bomb site. One's all the way down at long, so they're spread out pretty far. But look at this. There's that peek that we see. The Scout, he's able to spot two of them coming out. Chris J finds the headshot. Can he get another? Looking for it. Not able to connect just yet. The flashbang comes in. Still not able to connect. He's spamming away with that Scout. It's just unfortunate he can't get the frags. Goes for the no-scope. Not going to connect on that either. The jump Scout is good, though.
Yeah, Legia going to finish off. Oh, no-scope happens on Hayes.
Oh,
He jumps that shot! And Peter is gone, and now it's all on Cutler. He drops the Legia. What a round, Corey.
We couldn't connect with the first couple of kills, but those last two were very impressive. Oh, my goodness. Chris J. Scout J, there it is. Oh, we waited the whole round for it, and it came through in the end.
That's so devastating as well. CLG, you got to feel bad for them because they knew how much that one pistol round really mattered. I am happy to see that they're not going to give up this following round here. They're actually going to go for the Tech 9 armor buy, and I think that's a very reasonable idea. But Chris in the middle is apparently not done yet. Going to hit more headshots here.
He's still looking for it. He's feeling it. Lays the wall bang down on Hayes. Gets another shot on Tarek. Still looking for it, not able to line that wall bang up, and Tarek's going to survive for a few more moments at least, and now Cutler trying to push out long A. He's going to get caught. Nico takes him down. Good job from him. And now look at this. Chris J's resigned all the way over to Carr. Going to find the cross. That's a second. Looking for a third. More damage being done. He's done about 6,000 damage this round. He finds a third and a fourth.
Chris J's an animal.
That's 7 kills. 6 of them with the Scout in the last 2 rounds.
He's got 19, 4, and 4, and we're just starting on the second half. What an absolute monster. Land J has finally arrived.
There you go. We can't call him Online J anymore. On Land J.
What are we going to do now? We've got to come up with something new, though.
We have to find somebody else, I guess.
Yeah. It's always somebody, right?
The next big thing. He has no fear either. He's still just wide open peeking in mid.
Yeah. I mean, it's a confidence question, I think. And maybe in the beginning he didn't have it, but look at this in the middle. Taking out a couple of quick headshots here, and, well, giving up the Scout, yes. And the grenade, actually, from God B is going to catch Hayes, who's only going to have that Scout in his hands for a moment.
And look at this. Legia still holding at the A ramp, not able to find anything just yet, but Tabson's going to clean up Tarek, and that's going to leave it all on Peter, who's salvaged the Scout, so maybe it's anything you can do, I can do better. Lays the shot, gets the P250 frag. He's got one more down there, but that aim punch is just going to be a little bit too strong. 13-6 now as we come into what's going to be hopefully our first full gun round. But the economy on the CLG side, Peter goes for the naked AWP.
I think that's a very reasonable choice.
I think so too.
He's such a strong ult player. No reason why they wouldn't try and do it. Chris had about 10,000 at the beginning of this round and is instantly going to buy the AWP as well on the CT side. Not going to go for the mid-peak, so we'll see if Peter can get some sort of crossover shot. And tabseN, was he taunting him?
I'm not really sure what that was. It looked like he stopped running midway across double doors.
It looked like he crouched with his back turned, and was he trying to moon him in the middle? Was that it? Was he trying to pull down his pants and say, I'm not scared?
That could be. Well, you know what? He got a shot right in the right butt cheek on that one.
Yeah, I think he did. I'm not sure what's going on here, but
right above the Hello Kitty tattoo.
Exactly. That was going to be my next point. ESEA and Chris J coming back into the A-bomb site here, and it's maybe a little bit late, but they're going to try and put in the effort. Chris going to pick up the kill on Cutler here. CLG should be winning this round, but Chris is escaping, trying to jump and use the air control there to get out of the harm's way, but he is trapped in here. He turns up and takes out FNS, but it's still not going to be quite enough. Goppy in a 1v3, and finally around for CLG.
Right, you are, but at what cost is this round? I mean, Peter still has the AWP, but they have such a long road ahead of them. And if they trade this round out because they still have the money to buy next round, and they can actually drop the AWP again to Chris J if they want to. I mean, $8,800 on tabseN, $7,250 on ESEA right now. So Gabi saving this AK is not a bad call here, but he's still up on Catwalk, and I'm not sure he's got a kid. He's just trying to keep him honest, but they're going to escape down long A, hang onto their rifles, and there you go.
Why is Cutler's AK called NBK's property?
I don't know. We should tweet at him and find out.
Is NBK sponsoring Cutler in some weird way that we don't know about?
Maybe he, maybe at the last major they exchanged AK-47 skins. I don't know.
Well,
some of the names people come up for their skins are ridiculous. The one that I hate the most is the M4A1 Cyrex that people name Miley Cyrex.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Oh,
that's great.
Man.
Well, @PeterTV is definitely a good name for it. That's his Twitter handle if anyone wants to follow him. You guys should be following all the players on Twitter as well, because it definitely helps them, you know, secure sponsorships and all that stuff. So just go and do it already.
Yeah, because Anders said so.
Exactly. Well, tabseN is called himself tabseN Neo? I don't know. I think that's like, is that like a dig on Kick? Because Kick seems to always end up with that that kind of ending.
I have no idea. You know more about that stuff than I do. I'm used to just casting the North Americans, but look at this. CLG kind of taking a bit out of the mouzesports playbook here. They went out mid-dry with no smokes, no flashes, got that control, but look at this, pushing out the flashbangs, raining in, and Gabi's going to take the battle. Cutler's going to fall. Tarek goes back in, but ESEA pushing through from CT, reminiscent of Peter in the first half, is going to be able to find two, but FNS answers back. It's a 2-on-3.
Well, ESEA flashed in already. FNS is going to go down. That's a big kill. Hazed has to try and clutch this. I mean, they're very near the end now, CLG. Maybe they could make a comeback, but if mouzesports win this round, CLG won't have that much money, and it's going to get really rough. Hazed checks outside. I think it's a very smart choice here. He really, really wants to make it a 1v1 before he starts even thinking about putting down the bomb, but it's only 25 seconds, and oh, Chris still waiting back here. In fact, Hazed is going to walk in and he does go down.
He got the dink off, too. That's so unlucky. He was able to dink down Chris J to 31 right before he got that op shot off, but Chris J just too fast, and we're going to be looking at 14-7. So if mouzesports walk away with this one, they will be moving on. It'll be another 2-0, and that'll be the last that we'll see of any of the North American teams.
Well, it is mouzesports map pick. We gotta hope that CLG are feeling more prepared on the next map.
Yeah, Mirage.
On Mirage, yeah. But then again, that mouzesports is so strong on the map too. I don't know. This could really quickly become a scary scenario.
I forgot for a second that this was still the first map.
Well, it's because it's been
a long day.
Even though it's been mouzesports playing really well, CLG have still had some really good moments. So it's been an intense match already.
Look at this, tabseN playing in the backside of that B bomb site, but it's a mid to B split again here. But ESEA again picking up the opening frag. He's still spamming away, trying to find another one. He switches to the silent USP. tabseN in the back of the B site finds one, but Peter in the P250, he's going to find the double. Finally falls to Gabi, but Hazed, now he's going to be in that 1 versus 2. He finds another one. Nico down in CT spawn. Can he do it? And he does! Hazed! The huge triple at the end of that round on the back of Peter's opening 2 P250 frags, and they get it done.
Absolutely stunning. I mean, that's a sort of round you really shouldn't come out of alive. He does get the kill on the guy who's right here, but then he's still sort of boxed in, and they know exactly where he is. So Really well done. mouzesports now the ones that have to eco, just buying a couple of grenades here to even out the economy. Going to go for a boost on short with 2 people, in fact. See if they can catch anyone in the middle. They also have got B in here. Is he going to flash them through? Not just yet. It would have been nice to see a bit of a pop flash going into Legia. Grenaded, already down to about 43. Looking for the 1D, but not going to get it. Chris J, though, with a good underhand throw. Look at the timing here. Peter, still a little bit tagged up down here. It's going to be an AK stolen. You got to be careful they don't give up this round.
Yeah, because it's in the hands of Chris J, who is their top fragger right now. He's 25 and 12 and pushing through the smoke at long A. They're going to get a lot of information. And Nico picking up a double of his own. Hazed up here on catwalk. He's going to come under fire from Chris J, who does have the body armor, so the aim punch is not going to be as much of a factor this round. And look at this. Gabi actually aggressive here in mid. They're trying to pinch here on catwalk. He's going to find him, but not going to be able to get the damage done, and now dropping down, going in towards the B tunnels. But look at this, Chris J already reading this like a book. He's going to be over, he's going to meet him from window room, and if he can get this done, this is going to be detrimental to the CLG side. He's spraying for his life, not able to locate that opening frag, and the repeat, Peter punishes. So 14-9 now. Counter Logic getting a little bit of momentum here in the late game, trying to keep themselves right back in this one.
It'd be a huge and stunning comeback if they made it back here. I gotta say, I don't believe in it at all, but they are really putting in the effort, and they've got some really great individual rounds here where Hazed or Peter are just stepping it up and really winning it for their team. And mouzesports are also making, I mean, this is a somewhat questionable buy, I would say. Scouts and then FAMASas as well.
Well, it is in Chris J's hands, though.
It is in Chris J's hands, you're right. And we saw earlier how ridiculous that was. But I still think I'd almost rather see them try and save one more time. And oh, tabseN gets blocked by a teammate and ends up going down, though. Chris does return the kill with the scout, so at least that's something. But look at this, Tarek is coming out from the middle as well. That means they're getting sandwiched in here. Chris and Gob, they're going to have to do really well to stay alive in this sandwich.
Yeah, but they smoked off the tunnels, so they're going to be able to have a little bit better of a read and try to force him through the smoke. But Legia goes down, and now they push through, and there's the body shot from the scout. And now going for the jump peek, Chris J, he could make him pay for this, but Gabi is going to be able to take down 3. Finally goes down, but FNS falls to Nico, and now we are on map point here for mouzesports. So a great recovery, and again, you questioned the scout buy, but he laid so much damage down. He put Gabi in a position to pick up those 3 kills and put him into a successful scenario. So great job from Chris J, and a good read as well from the mouzesports side.
I think actually CLG played with too much respect for mouzesports that round, because once they had Tarek outside here, and you should be rushing to just get in quick enough. But because they sort of waited for so long and played a little bit timidly, it backfired quite heavily on them. Out here, they're going to try and run through the fire, and they will trade evenly at the beginning here. Nico spraying and almost making the outline of Peter, and now the pistol's out as well. Finesse going to take him down. So still a 3v3. Chris J looking over the smoke, trying to see if he can catch the face of anyone. Not going to be just yet. Flashes go out as well. And they're getting dangerously close, but the no-scope happens regardless. Hazed is going to be gone, and now still more than a minute left on the clock here. Chris, it's a moment when you thought maybe he was going to jump no-scope him, but
that would have been absolutely insane. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised by that at this point in this matchup. But it is down to a 2 versus 2 now. Cutler and FNS trying to take on tabseN and Gabi. And Gabi played so well in the last round. And look at this. They've kind of pinched him in here at the A bomb site. So this is really difficult. You've got Cutler on A ramp. His teammate is right behind him. Gabi goes down, so it's a 1 versus 2. tabseN in the open here. He hasn't been able to spot out FNS at long A. They can't get the bomb into the site. Finally, he backs off and yields. That flashbang is going to be able to help out a little bit as well. So tabseN, see what he can do here in this 1 versus 2.
So he's got the smoke off already, and he's got the defuse kit, so it's not the worst situation in the world, but he does need to kill one and make it a 1v1. Not going to happen there. Finesse will take him out, and it's 15-10. The crowd really cheering for CLG. It's great to see that people really turn up to support their favorites.
Absolutely, and you know, the little bit of bait and switch there, they set up perfectly for that trade onto tabseN at the A bomb site. You know, peeking out from the A ramp so the other teammate can peek out from behind the default plant spot, and a good job there from CLG to pick up their 10th round. So if they can continue to string those along, they might be able to get right back in this matchup. It's still a pretty long ways to go, down 5 rounds, but they have forced mouzesports on the eco.
Oh, speaking of weapon names, Hazed AK is called Do It For NA. That's a great name. Absolutely. Noah Tower in the middle is going to get wrecked as Chris J was on top, but ends up going down to Hazed. And they're going to just kind of speed up behind this, try and see if they can push in towards the A bomb site. Double grenade, triple grenade into the bomb site. and not working out at all. They didn't catch anyone, but Mouse is still crumbling here.
That pre-fire almost connected on the Cutler out of lower B, but there's the nade to clean him up. 11th round now for CLG. We've got ourselves a match. Only one round left for mouzesports to win, but they're going for the double eco here. So they do have a little bit of cushion to play with, and Chris J going for the scout again. So, yikes.
Have we had overtime once in this tournament,
yes.
I think?
Luminosity versus Titan on Cash.
Yeah, you're right. So
It's been a long time because that was the very first series yesterday.
Oh, hits the shot on Chris as well, who dared to buy a scout. And again, mouzesports do spend some of their money in this round regardless. Not such a bad idea, really. Just trying to even it out here. Underhand flash in Legia, going to get the one. Goes for a finesse as well, but can't pick it up. Would have been a really sick double kill. Gob looking for the headshot. Does actually do a little bit of damage here, but now they're going to get sandwiched in from short as well. And Gob hits the headshot, goes for another one here on Tarek, who's really nearly down, and Chris is coming up from behind. Scout in hand, going to miss the shot. Is so close here. They don't have a lot of health left on the CLG side, but then neither do mouzesports. And I think that was the winning kill there from Finesse.
Absolutely. Chris J with the scout. Going to go ahead and fall back, and you know how lethal he is with that, so that's not a bad save for him. He does have the body armor as well, so doesn't want to throw away that 2550 that he's got in the investment right here. So switching up his position, going to play over here by the B bomb site and maybe try to take a couple of guns away, but he's not going to find anything as those remaining terrorists have evacuated towards the pit side. He does have one lurking down through mid, so FNS with 29 health, one bullet will do it, but see if he manages to flank out in time. That bomb taken away. It is going to go ahead and blow up here. Chris J on the platform in the B bomb site. So 12th round now for CLG, but here's the kicker. Gun round. What can they do to stave off this gun round right now? Because this is really the most crucial one. If they get this, they might force the eco round or the force buy on the 14th round, and then we're going to be looking at OT if they can manage to pull this off.
Well, something going in their favor is the fact that Peter with the AWP gets the long spawn, so he's going to be able to run straight away. It does make a really big difference, and you can see the mouzesports are coming as well. Peter should be here just a second before, and he is ready and waiting. Flashbang out, he's not going to get the timing, and mouzesports wouldn't risk just jumping. They made sure and flash beforehand, so pretty decent job there. But that is always a big opening if you can get that long shot off before anyone else shows up. Peter now back down in the middle again, and we'll see if CLG can continue on this comeback. They've got to win the next 3 rounds in a row to make it work.
But so far, the last few rounds, they have looked good in, and we'll see if they can continue to capitalize. They do have Chris on just the scout buy. But again, we've talked about how lethal he is just with any scoped rifle. You put any scoped rifle in that man's hands, and he is an absolute animal. So we'll see if he can continue to capitalize here in this A bomb site. Cutler is over by the stairs. They do have I believe that's hazed as well. It looks like he's going to throw a smoke over in this area as well.
Oh, look at Legia here. Actually looking right over the smoke to pick off Tarek. He saw it coming and instantly just jumps up on the box and is in a perfect position for it. So very nicely handled here. And mouzesports one step closer to winning the first map here.
Yes, they are, but look at this CLG. Kind of reading this a little bit. They've got 3 members of the CT Force down there, CT spawn in B. If they can get in towards this A bomb site, they might be able to make it happen, but Legia already rotating around. Nico picks off 2. The jump scout from Chris J again, and Gabi finishes it off. So 16-12 is going to be the final score for map 1 in our BO3 between CLG and mouzesports. And again, what a brilliant effort there from CLG coming back.
Yeah.
I think it was 16-6 or 16-7 at one point, and it was really, really difficult. Long road ahead of them, and they brought it back within 3. Unfortunately, not able to put it down for overtime.
I think they're going to be disappointed in themselves that they had such a bad first half when they were playing on the CT side. I think they expected more of themselves, really, probably. So that's what it comes down to. The mouzesports still playing really well, and Chris with all those ridiculous scout shots, really, really good at doing good work. But I think more than that, once they play the terrorist side, got B in his calling. I mean, mouzesports T side seems so strong at the moment, and it was hard for CLG to come up with a good answer for it.
Well, pretty much every terrorist side that we've seen from mouzesports in this tournament so far has been really, really good. And, you know, that boot camp definitely starting to pay off for him. Unfortunately, against Virtus Pro, you know, maybe a little bit more experience from the Virtus Pro side, or at least a little more LAN experience on the Virtus Pro side, they were able to get that series done. But against Cloud9 and against CLG so far, their terrorist sides have looked very, very strong. I mean, what was it yesterday on Cash against Cloud9? They got 7 rounds on their terrorist side,
impressive.
and that is a huge half on a map like Cash. So moving forward now, we're going to be going to Mirage next after a quick break, and that's going to be CLG's choice. And we'll see if they can get it done there. Could we see 3 maps for the first time this tournament?
Well, let's hope so. And, I mean, it's still a pretty good map from mouzesports, so it's going to get rough either way. But we'll be back after a quick message from our sponsors.